WIBTA if I take over planning my funeral from my very religious parents? TLDR at the bottom. Hello, all. Well, if it isn't obvious already from the title, I am dying. I don't feel the details are super relevant to the issue at hand, but for those who are curious about my ultimate demise, I have cystic fibrosis and after 2 rejected lung transplants, I've been told there isn't anything else they can do except keep me comfortable in my last few weeks. I've begun my preparations for my funeral and such, and while I was thinking it would be a breath of fresh air in this whirlwind of death, I could not have been more wrong. Now, on to the title. My parents are both strict Southern Baptists and want a very traditional funeral. This includes hymns to be sung during the memorial, a casket and graveside service, a viewing, countless prayers during the memorial, scripture to be read, etc. My issue with this is, well, everything. I am the complete opposite of my parents, not religious, curse like a sailor, drink like the Irish, you name it. Everything they are wanting and attempting to plan is not me as a person. I've somehow made it to 25 and managed to meet the man of dreams and marry him last year, and he is torn. He wants me to have it exactly as I want. He just doesn't want to have to deal with my parents after the fact while actively grieving. I have 2 siblings, one of which is a clone of my parents and one that is a mixture of my parents and myself. I want my service to be one full of laughter, funny stories, and pictures, upbeat music, cats. My husband and I are avid cat lovers. I want confetti and shit. But, more importantly, I want to be cremated and put in a fucking cat-shaped urn. I told my husband I wanted my ashes to be handed out like party favors, so my family and friends can take me with them because I love to travel, and he looked horrified. My parents are absolutely not on board and are essentially planning everything how they want. Attempting to take me shopping for a casket, flowers, picking out hymns and verses, the whole deal. I'm obviously not very pleased. So, I guess my question would be, WIBTA if I took control of my own funeral and wrote a will to be followed exactly how I want it? I understand my parents are grieving and I've tried to compromise with a mixture of both my views and theirs, but they aren't having it. I never thought dying would be so fucking stressful, and I just want to enjoy what time I have left, without leaving a bomb of emotion and disappointment behind. Please, help. TLDR, I am dying and my parents want to plan a funeral that isn't me as a person. Edit, I should clarify the ashes as party favors thing. I wanted my closest friends and family to go home with a vial or something of the sort of my ashes, that way they could do with them as they please. Not everyone will get a piece of me, as strange as that sounds. Second edit, holy shit. I was not expecting this. Thank you. Seriously. I have read every comment and I wish I could reply to every single one. That is the goal. So, please, be patient with me. Thank you to everyone for the kind words and messages. It's been so overwhelming, and if I were a cat, I would be making biscuits and purring until I keeled over. I am writing down everything that I want and will be approaching my parents in order to find a compromise. Yes, funerals are for the living and being able to remember that person for who they were. I am not all of the things my parents wanted me to be, and I want them to understand this as they deal with my passing. I am willing to compromise, so, wish me luck. I will attempt to keep up with everything, and as lame as this sounds, I'm off living my best life and trying to do something different every day, so, I won't always have my phone. Tomorrow, we are traveling to the fucking Everglades so I can watch my husband be terrified while on an airboat. It's going to be awesome. Update. Hello, everyone. First of all, thank you all for the kind words, support, and love that everyone has offered and given. These weeks have been the most difficult I have ever experienced, and it is with great sadness that I tell you all that my beautiful and cat-crazy wife has passed. I've had to cut this short due to character limits, sorry all. But she did leave all of you a note, Reddit. I've copied everything verbatim below. She truly loved everyone and was smiling so much after her first post. I'll take my leave here. Much love. Reddit. If you're reading this, I am dead. Pretty crazy to be talking to a dead person, eh? It feels a bit strange to be writing this. If this feels a bit disconnected, I'm sorry. I have to take frequent breaks as I get tired pretty quickly now. My husband offered to write these words, such a sweet ham, I know. Be nice to him, okay? But, I wanted my last words to be written by me. Long story short, we talked to my parents. A lot of people asked why my husband wasn't planning the funeral and my parents were taking control. Honestly, my parents didn't take the news of my passing to come well, and I suppose their closure was to try and take control of what they could. I'm not angry at them for it, I understand. They had already prepaid a large portion of the service, and to put it plain and simple, it was a hand they were dealt. So, we talked to them. I laid it all out for them, and somehow, we reached a compromise. Lots of tears. Lots of hugs. And surprisingly, lots of laughs. They admitted that they had been losing their faith with everything that had happened, and their way to attempt to find it again was to take control and guide me into the afterlife. Not my thing though, and I explained that I am not them, but their daughter who wanted to live her last weeks in peace, not the turmoil they were putting me through. And while a lot of people stated that funerals are for the living, true, I firmly believe that a funeral is for the living to remember that person as who they were, not what anyone else wanted them to be. My parents seemed to understand when I told them that. They were not on board with the party favor aspect though, kind of a bummer. Pretty lucky to plan my own funeral, honestly. But now that that is all said and done, thank you, guys. I was blown away by the responses. I was moved to tears, and I wish I had had the chance to meet every single one of you. You all be good now, right? Take it one day at a time and fucking enjoy yourself. You only get one life. Unless you're someone who has survived death, then you're just a fucking hero and probably a cat with a few lives to spare. I love you all. I'm resting easy now. This disease sucks, and I'm happy to be rid of it. And laugh and love and cry and be sad. Shit happens. I've got to go now. I'm going to go snuggle my husband and my cats. Keep it real, Reddit. Love you all.